I'm ready to, launch you through and take you through a little tour.
Please.
Okay. And since we're sitting here in Krehbiel Gallery right now, it's going to be my job as the owner and designer for Heffernan Morgan Landscapes to transform this into an iconic American garden display. And what I have chose as my inspiration is one of my favorite places in the country, and that's Nantucket, Massachusetts. One of my favorite places in the world to visit. It's truly historic, one of the oldest villages in the United States. And they just have great style, it's the essence of that whole thing, that sea air, and the whole island being ringed with beaches, and then that amazing historic downtown. And it has just a history of people and gardeners who do things simply, beautifully, naturally, and it is just unique amongst gardens throughout the whole United States. So this trough back here I'm going to transform into a Nantucket supper garden setting.
Wow.
This is 60 feet long, so it's going to seat a very, very large family, if you will. And given the coloration and the light that happens in this space, I've chosen the all-American color scheme of blue and white.
Wow, love it.
Incorporating blue and white tickings and blue and white awning striped fabrics, a little bit of burlap here and there. But the big elements of this table will be that this ledge that you see surrounding the pool will be transformed into a lawn. So that will all be covered in grass and sod, and that is where the guests will actually be seated at this table. Then we have the 60-foot long blue and white table covered in blue and white ticking fabric, and then accented by some of the most wonderful objects. I'll start with the objects. Very large blue and white antique Nanking ginger jars and antique cloth and wire geese that were so generously lent to me by friends and clients of mine. In addition to that, hovering and floating over the daytime picnic table will be a series of the most wonderful basic white kites. And as you stand here, you can actually look up and see the sky through the skylight, and then to have that light filtering down through these white kites that are floating over this, Nantucket blue and white style supper, I think is going to be quite remarkable. Also on the four corners and other places throughout here, we will have very large explosions of yellow forsythia bushes and cherry blossom and dogwood plantings. That's going to make this table have a sense of space and a sense of place. And up and down the table, in addition to wonderful plates and glasses and flatwares and napkins and pillows and blankets and the typical thing that you would have in an outdoor Nantucket supper, then we're going to start garnishing it with really beautiful, seasonal, and quite unusual presentations of flowers. Small beds of lily-o'-the-valley, and sweet peas, and all of these great historic cut flowers, which I challenge you to tell me that they're cut flowers, because they will look like small little beds of gardens that are up and down the table. So when you come and visit, linger a little bit, take away some ideas for your own summer parties. And I think that's a great kickoff. This is sort of the center of the whole entire show. So I think that will give you a really great feeling of what is to come, the great American gardens.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose this spot. I can tell.
Well, and a special seat and a special pillow.
A special seat and a special pillow. Okay, I'm going to check and see.